I don't know why you clicked on this video when you could be seeing cats in the theater right now. Hi, I'm Ariel Italic.
I'm Lady Baraka.
Cats are not dogs.
No.
And you're watching Nobody's Watching Wrestling.
Do my eyes just look like black holes because of the... What?
In 2020, we are overthrowing power structures like monarchies, but we still saw Wrestle Kingdom 14, and we're going to talk about 4 matches that are important for reasons that I don't really comprehend.
Did you ever wonder if there were wrestling principalities or like wrestling protectorships?
Not before this event.
I started having those thoughts.
What does that mean?
You know, like other kinds of kingdoms, like whatever. Don't worry about it.
Wait.
Or like manager village.
Does
Wrestling village.
Does the winner of this become the king of wrestling?
That's what they kept saying.
They really emphasized how important the event was.
They do have 2 belts now.
Yeah.
Stray thoughts.
Stray thoughts.
Zima exists in Japan. Did not know that and very excited about that. Give me a Jolly Rancher.
What?
Put Jolly Ranchers in a Zima.
That sounds atrocious.
And let them change flavors.
That's kind of good.
That's like a Midwestern thing, I guess.
I learned that the one screaming woman in the audience of every show is Universal. She was there in Japan too.
You should do a think piece on that.
On the screaming Japanese ladies?
Just the screaming woman.
Just like a full interview with one of these screaming ladies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you'll never know if it's actually one of the screaming ladies.
I think if you go to a show, you'll be able to find her.
Oh, you could find one.
Just be like, I'm sorry, you, the woman who sounds like she's on a roller coaster. What's your deal?
She did not get tired either. I was tired, but she was not.
No. Maybe she's like, she taps in and out. Like, there's another screaming... Your turn! They just hire them for the audience.
Yes.
A horrible Greek chorus.
I was asked to comment on the retirement of Jushin Thunder Liger. Do you know who that is?
I can picture him in my head.
Describe him.
A red
Striped.
soft Voltron.
Correct.
Soft Voltron in 2020.
That's like a new gender, huh?
Yeah.
Soft. Some people are butch, some people are femme, some people are soft Voltron.
Yeah. But I mean, am I
No, that's it.
describing the right one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Good.
he's retired now.
Oh, who will be the new soft Voltron?
We'll see after in 2021.
My money's on Danhausen.
Oh my god.
I think the new soft Voltron is Baby Yoda.
That sentence makes no sense.
They're kind of similarly shaped.
Sure.
I haven't watched any of The Mandalorian, but I've heard this fan thing where, or maybe I heard it with you guys, I don't know, that he's a clone of the original Yoda.
I haven't heard that.
It makes me excited.
That's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show, but sure. All right, match number 1 that we're doing is Osprey versus Takahashi. Takahashi is wearing everything.
Everything. He looks like he put glue on his body and rolled around Santee Alley.
So you loved it.
I mean, I didn't hate it.
It's like fur and feathers, neons, pastels, textures, patterns, like
Just
literally
everything.
Someone on the internet said it reminded them of one of the Nick Cave sound suits. He's like a contemporary artist, and that is incredibly accurate. And that's all I could see when I saw him after that.
Yeah, I
Don't know that.
You would like them. They're
Reference.
like big, giant mascot costumes covered in like pom-poms and like glued-on toys.
I feel like that's not new.
No, it's all like club kid shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
If a girl showed up at the club wearing that, what would you think?
I wouldn't talk to her
Why?
because she'd be too cool.
Exactly. So I guess it worked.
Yeah. But he just seems like he stole it from somebody because it doesn't seem cool enough. Like, he even came in like carrying his other jacket.
He always has like this kind of like Pat Field style, so I thought like maybe that's like it's like Pat Fields takes like some steroids.
Yeah.
Sure. And then Billiam came in
Oh.
with his usual, like, Assassin's Creed moment. I am trying so hard to like what he's doing.
I appreciate the excess of it. Like, there's a whole ass mascot lion on your shoulder.
Oh.
Like, I thought that was silly and over the top, and I liked that, but I can't say it looked good.
And he
This
had
is what I wrote. Oh, because that's what I initialed for him. Oh, I do not understand this look at all. The white tiger head is cool, but aren't they an endangered species?
The way your brain works is just wonderful.
Thank you.
He also had a katana.
There was a sword.
I'm not sure why.
It was not. It was a ceremonial prop.
Sure. Because why not add some more?
It did feel like a battle between two fantasy kingdoms I never wanted to go to. Like, they were the leaders of these two separately distinct fantasy kingdoms that were tacky and horrible.
What is the name of Osprey's Wrestle Kingdom?
I don't know.
But I did appreciate his color scheme. Like, purple and white, sure, you look great in that.
I thought that color palette was so bizarre. What is purple and orange and white?
I didn't mind it.
Okay.
Oh, also, they both had terrible dye jobs.
The hair dye was
Yeah,
very
but
Oh.
they were matching.
It was like a sad manic panic moment. Like, you both got bored in study hall, and this is what happened. Like, girls.
Girls.
If Manic Panic wants to sponsor us, though.
Yeah, no, because we'll do better things with your dye than these wrestlers did.
I'm thinking of what I would do with your dye right now.
I hope put it in your hair.
Yeah, it's a hair.
Okay, so let's talk about the wrestling.
I thought this was fun.
There were some fun moments.
Okay.
To me, it sort of felt like they were on a first date and didn't have awesome chemistry initially.
Interesting.
Like,
I felt that.
early on,
hard.
there were a couple times when one of them would sell something, like, incorrectly. Like, there would be, like, a swing, and the person would, like, react in the wrong direction or something. Like, there were a couple times where I felt like they weren't doing this. They weren't on the same page about what was
Yeah,
supposed
I thought
to
it was the
happen.
camera, but you're probably right. It was the wrestling.
I did see a gif of Will Osprey fully missing, like, a drop kick and
just
Hiromu selling it
completely
anyway.
missed it. Yeah,
It was like...
it was.
But there were some really amazing sequences in there.
Oh, there was one part where they were on the turnbuckle, and Takahashi got fully, like, pond to floor video, just, like, jump, like, crotch split, jumpy slam. Like, they were gonna fuck on that turnbuckle.
Oh,
And
crotch split. What
I
is
was
it?
ready. I don't know what I said, but I
Chunky
meant it.
slam, crotch spit. I don't know. There was also a point in the very beginning of the match where, like, Osprey was just got on Hiromu's back and was just, like, spinning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that.
I was
move
like, I've seen that move before
in
too.
a different context.
It's different kind of porn.
I liked the part where, like, Will does a flip to the outside, misses, then he gets thrown back in the ring and does the same flip back to the outside, but with, like, an extra corkscrew.
Yeah.
Was that the same one where he then got caught and in, like, a Nelson and then flipped out of the Nelson?
Yeah.
That was cute.
Incredible.
Yeah, he's, I mean, like, you can't fault his aerial work. He's
No.
he can fly, and it's
A
wonderful.
standing flippy? Jesus Christ.
So many.
So many.
Yeah. So the wrestling, once it, like, got going, it really got going. And I appreciated that.
The ending was cool with the, like, because so many of these matches just are, like, complex sequences of, like, finisher, reversal. He, like, did a new finish to it, and that was, like, the end of the match.
The finisher reversal thing I want to talk about, because this is, like, a common thing in Japanese wrestling that
Yeah.
I struggle with, is that because there are so many moves that are countered and interrupted and adjusted, you have to already have a really, like, fine-tuned knowledge of people's movesets to be able to read between the lines
Totally.
of what's happening. And I don't always have that, so I can see that it's cool that, like, something seems to be getting countered, but I don't have the anticipation of what was about to happen that got interrupted.
It just ends up being really quick. Like, it's just like boom, 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 boom.
There's
It's
a
hard
sort
to
of-
take notes because it's just like,
Yeah.
if you're not watching, you're missing something.
it's hard because there's also like there is a sort of like intricate ballet to it of like like you can read the symbols of what move is going to lead to the next move, but it's really difficult to understand and like a little like we're also getting to the point where like everyone's kicking out of the finisher like 6 times. So like what is a finisher? Like what are we even doing here? Like there's a certain clarity to WWE wrestling, although it is for stupids. It like the finisher ends the match, like you see it and then the match is over, like, and then it's really shocking when that doesn't happen. Like, okay, but like we're getting a little crazy.
And also because I don't know which move is a finisher, it's just like I mean, I get it by like the 4th time it happens. I'm like, this is his finisher. But at that point, I've seen this move 4 times.
Right.
So like,
I guess
this is some formal analysis. We are doing a formal analysis.
Well, look at us. We're formal people.
I went to school to get an English major so that I could do a close reading of a text. And this is how it paid off. Don't go to college.
You really don't.
I think about things in my mind.
Do we have any other thoughts on this match?
Takahashi won, right?
Yep, with the new finisher.
Oh, that's right. He did it like a side pile driver.
It was really cool looking.
It was. I was worried about necks throughout this match.
Yeah, especially because that guy just broke his neck.
Yes, that was. They talked a lot about. I mean, throughout the whole event seemed to have a lot of neck shit, but this one in particular, I was worried about necks.
We'll call that move the Adam Driver.
Second match we're doing is Jay White versus Naito. Naito's hair got worse.
Jay White's everything got worse.
I was just thinking I wish this was a hair match. So one of them had to either shave their beard or shave their head, or both.
All right, let's start. Who are we going to start with? Naito?
Sure.
The back is longer. It is a proper mullet.
Yeah, it's a mullet.
It's a really dry mullet.
It's
very dry.
And long.
And
the color, it's over processed. The color has gotten to him. It's he's done every bad thing to his hair that he could think of.
And here's the thing, had he worn something better out there, we wouldn't be talking about this, but this is literally the only thing to talk about.
Well, no, he has his like suit that he slow strip teases out of.
Yeah.
Which I am less fond of each time.
Yeah.
The day 2 suit the jacket was cool at least.
We'll get
to that later.
But yeah, like I'm over that, and then like the hair is bad. But now Jay White.
And Jay White
has a beard now.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Is that new?
Not too new, but
it's new to me.
It's slightly.
It's long.
I think there was OT before, and now it's a beard.
It's just like no.
Also, a lot of wrestlers are wet, but Jay White is like slimy.
Yeah.
Like amphibious. It's just, I felt there were so many times when Naito grabbed him by the hair, and I felt really bad for him. I was like, they're not paying him enough for this. Like, can you imagine? It must just be like putting your like a fist into wet ramen noodles. Just like with an oil all over them, just like a noodles and butter.
Or like a fist into a butthole.
No.
Same thing. That's the same
thing
that you're
those
describing.
Those are not the same thing.
I mean, same feeling that you're describing.
Everyone.
Entrails feel like a thick water ramen noodles.
I didn't like his jacket either.
Oh my god! Wait, yeah. So his band leader vest.
Why?
It's like a sleeveless, and then he looks like he's in the Music Man. Like the hash marks on his pants.
Doesn't make any sense.
They're just counting up to 76 trombones.
I hated it.
I said, please welcome to the stage, the little drummer boy.
It's so disgusting.
It was really bad. It was like High School Musical costumes.
It'd be cute if every time he like did something, it was like ba-rum-pa-pum-pum.
I get that we're supposed to hate him, but I like
he really went for it.
I don't know. There's something really grotesque there, and not in like an even charming way. Just like a really revolting.
I think we need to Ring Gear remix him. Have we done that before? Have we done Naito before?
Yes.
We have. He still didn't listen.
No.
I don't know what we said about him, but I know he didn't listen.
Do not remember.
Yeah, Jay White is really, like, off-putting in a not fun way. He does a lot of things that I am uncomfortable with. Like, there's the really squelchy hair.
Playing his abs at one point, he was like...
He put his fingers in Naito's mouth, which I didn't like, because he does that like smile thing, which I get, like, being told by a man on the street to smile is gross, but like, don't put your fingers in someone's mouth.
I would love that if this was a basement match, like a dungeon match.
The context matters, I guess.
Yeah, I think Jay White would be very good in a dungeon.
His weird like call outs to the audience of like, like who's laughing now? I thought they were so corny and like he just saw the Joker movie or something.
He's been watching it on repeat.
Definitely seems like a Joker movie type of person.
Yeah, he's not doing the most sophisticated take on a heel that I've ever seen. I found him unlikable.
That's something I noticed in all of these matches that we watched. There's not a huge separation from heel to face in New Japan. Is that true?
No, I don't think that's true.
You don't see that?
No, like Kota Ibushi is basically a face always.
He got
mean though. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay, so then like Gato's there too also.
Oh, so our former camera person Drew Kaufman was there.
Looks exactly like Gato.
So yeah, Gato's there.
He also doesn't match Jay White, which also like bugged me. I was like, how? Like these two people don't look like they're
friends. He had a white
friends.
hat on.
I know, but there was no like. I don't know. I need something else.
Yeah,
I don't get why they're friends. They don't seem to make sense together.
I liked that he was there because he was the most interesting part about this match.
See, outside interference matches generally like don't do a lot for me. So I was sort of bored, especially like, so my two least favorite wrestling tropes are your friend is there when he shouldn't be and grabs someone's ankle, and the ref gets knocked out. My two least favorite tropes, and they both happened.
Especially when it's Red Shoes.
And it just felt really...
It was Red Shoes during that match, right?
No, I think it was a different match.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Not sure.
I felt like it was kind of lazy. Like, I thought this match could have had a better story than like, this guy's an asshole and he brought his friend and the ref got knocked out and he's the Joker. Like, they were all like the most basic way to be a heel.
Yeah, I see it. I mean, they're both good at wrestling.
Yeah.
So, I can't really, no one would dispute that, I guess, but like, that's not always what we're here for, folks.
I guess just the reason that I like Gato the most is because he was at least selling everything he was doing. He was like having fun. The other two didn't seem to be having much fun.
Fair. I also had like a weird OCD obsession with how dirty the title was. It just was like covered in like muck, and I was like, I get that like Naito doesn't respect the title and they just never cleaned it, but like that doesn't look prestigious. That looks broke.
Yeah, it just dusted off before it gets on TV.
Come on, clean yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's talking to.
Just run it through Jay White's hair.
Gross. Never mind.
Gross.
We're done. Next match.
Add some
That's
sheep.
where the muck came from, probably.
Anyway, Naito wins this one.
Yeah.
Even though he has been interfered with from outside.
Oh, and I guess it's significant, like, storyline-wise, that he, like, got pretty roughed up, too.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, like, how will he ever win the title tomorrow if he got hurt so bad, specifically his knee, you know? I mean, fair enough. That's how you build a narrative. What are you going to do?
Listen, we'll talk about his knee when we get to his next match. But for now, just, like, put a pin in that. Third match, Ibushi versus Okada. Looks, who do we want to start with?
Ibushi.
Ibushi looked great. He is gorgeous. He's wearing blue and white.
Fine.
Classic.
Everything he wears fine because he
just
looks fine.
It's just good. He just looks like a...
His booty
He looks like the
fine.
best wrestler in the world. Like, he's a beautiful, striking, handsome man in, like, wrestling gear.
He also kind of looks like Anderson Cooper.
Oh.
I was noticing facially, I'm like, oh, he's like a Japanese Anderson Cooper.
Okay.
Comment below if you disagree, which it sounds like everyone does. Also, he had a suitcase. Do we have intel on what the fuck that is?
I don't remember.
Is that some sort of like Money in the Bank situation where he like has
Could be. I think maybe because he won the G1. Maybe that's like, and then you cash that in. I don't know.
He had it.
He just had things to bring with him. He like didn't want to leave it backstage. People are shady back there sometimes, and he was like, "I'm just gonna take this with me."
So I have a court case later. So
You
I
can leave it
case.
behind the DJ booth.
Yeah.
baby. We don't mind.
Yeah, leave him in the DJ booth, but don't hang out back there.
No, please don't. I like that Ibushi is so beautiful that they commented on it during the match. That they were like describing like he's just the perfect pro wrestler. He's strong and flexible, and then the weird Australian guy goes and beautiful, and I was like, yeah.
I mean, as someone,
And they all agreed. They were like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think the Australian guy's a little thirsty.
look, as someone who is beautiful, we like to be told. It should be commented upon. It should just be said.
Don't tell me that because it makes me awkward.
Wait, can you do your impression of the insane Australian commentator?
I don't really have an Australian accent.
You're fine.
The only Australian word that I can give you is when there was a season of Top Model where they went to Australia, and their like guest judge called something gross, but she said "gross," and it was the most like I was like, oh god, it's so much grosser when you say it with that like gross. I was like, oh.
Gross.
Jesus.
That sounds great. Can you say beautiful?
Beautiful.
Sounds about right.
Good, yeah.
There you go.
Beautiful. No, that was not
That was
Australia.
That
more
was
like-
bag of chips.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's cool.
We have not talked about UK.
No, but we also haven't talked about Okada.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just fucking everything.
liked it?
I love him.
You
I
loved
love
it?
him.
Yeah, his
I love him. I love him. I love him. He's beautiful. Everything he's wearing is just dripping in glamour.
Yeah.
Like he is. His panties when he took off like the overcoat were mesmerizing, and his ring gear stood on its own aside from his intro look, but also went with it. Everything.
I have been on record previously as disliking his busy coat, and this was like the right refinement, where it was a lot of white. It looked really good in the black
It
light.
glue in the dark.
Ultraviolet sensitivity or something.
It still looked
Perfect.
Incredibly opulent and intricate and detailed and expensive. But it was very refined. It had like a clear, concise vision. His bleach job is also impeccable.
It's always great. Whoever
He's
does his
beautiful,
hair,
too. He is a
he
very
is
beautiful man.
gorgeous.
But
and
like,
he's got a little belly on him, which is cute. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, well.
I don't want to talk about his outfit anymore.
Don't worry, these shorts are too tight for anything to be happening right now.
So the wrestling, they start off, since they're both beautiful, super cuddly. Like they were fully,
man.
They lay down in like the Netflix and chill position where one's behind the other and they're both looking the same
Just
direction.
like a Michelangelo. He made statues, right?
Sure.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. One of those Ninja Turtles who did art.
Yeah. So it was started real intimate, and that was nice. You know, it's gonna be a long one, so start easy.
I wish they would have kept that going throughout because that definitely engaged me right away.
Thoughts?
I feel like I've seen them wrestle. I don't know. Like I was not paying much attention until something happens in the match, and then Kota Ibushi just like snaps.
Oh, he went full Dark Willow.
It was crazy. I don't know, like he just started closed fist punching Okada in the head.
They were talking about it at the beginning. They were kind of leading up to. The storytelling wasn't there for me. I'm like, oh, cool, he's dark now. I like that. But like, why?
I don't know, but it's something. It was really crazy to watch. I don't know what the story they're telling is necessarily, but just as like a pure like the way his face just suddenly changed and he like his whole demeanor changed. It was really creepy.
I'd like to see his next couple matches to see if it carries on.
Yeah. Like what happens after that.
Yeah.
I do want to credit him for a really good acting job.
Yeah, totally.
He really did change in a palpable way without the need for a costume change or a makeup edit or a hair change. Like, it was all just from his physicality, but it was very evident that something was different. So good on him for being both a good wrestler and an excellent performer.
I think the difference too, what was nice about this match is Bushi coming out very subtle, and his what he lacked in showmanship that Okada brought out, he brought to the match in focus, just super laser focus. And so they had this big character coming out. You had this guy that was just like, I'm gonna eat you, and you're gonna like it.
Oh. Anyway, from then I was fully interested, and I thoroughly enjoyed the rest of it. Not much else to say.
Imagine somebody goes dark and you're interested.
Yeah.
I mean, it also ended in a much bolder flurry of activity because it did start very slow. It really picks up the pace. I can't snap in gloves. It really picks up the pace there at the end, which I found obviously compelling.
Would you like to snap sync?
No, it's stop it.
Great.
The magic of television, everyone.
I do not like that tombstone move. Speaking of necks.
Oh, the neck stuff. It's back.
I don't like neck. We're not into neck stuff. Get off our necks.
Not a neck pig.
Not a neck pig.
We made it through
You
the
brought it up
whole-
this time.
We made
Good
it through
job.
the whole Osprey match
Comedy.
without saying pig. And then here you go.
That's it. Next match.
Okada wins.
Yeah.
Okada wins. And that was a title change, yes?
No.
Nope. And the final match that we've got to do is Okada versus Naito. There's not a lot of outfit change to talk about.
I'm just really disappointed Okada didn't one-up himself from the previous night.
Yeah, the entrance wasn't even there.
You really, and then the main event, you come out wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have saved this amazing look as the debut for the final match.
That's what
Probably.
should have happened.
I did like the white fur that Naito had. I thought that was
Oh.
really
What did it
cool.
say on it?
No.
I loved it.
I liked it.
Looked very cheap.
No, it had a hand embroidered logo on it.
Yeah, it looked like he got it from an expensive hotel.
How-
It was a bathrobe.
How can you tell it was hand embroidered?
I mean, probably not. It might have been machine. Who knows?
Okay.
It
I
felt,
bet it was hand embroidered. Someone investigate that.
It
Fantasies.
felt luxury spa to me. I was not feeling it.
I loved it.
I liked it. I
The
didn't love
layout
it,
of the
but
text
I liked
on
it.
the sleeve and the logo on the back. I thought it was.
I like a
designed
fur, it looked like streetwear fur.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Also, his walk to the ring made me very sad because he looked like he was already in full body pain, which, granted, understood.
is, yeah.
We saw the last match, we know, but it didn't he wasn't convincing me, and maybe he was overselling because that's part of the plot. Looking at him, I was just oh, take an extra day to ice bath this shit. He looked hurt.
Yeah.
And I think that carried over. I do think that throughout the match, he was slower and maybe a little sloppier than Okada at a
The
lot
thing
of
is,
points.
with the walk, he never really has an interesting walk.
No, but I just felt I think because the walk in 4 and then knowing also that the rest of the match didn't look quite as precise or quite as energetic, I just got the general sense that he was still in pain from yesterday. And I didn't think it was all selling. I think some of it was that he had less to give than Okada did. And it's not that Okada didn't have moments of looking genuinely exhausted, but
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because it's I don't know their age difference, but I'd imagine it's not small.
no.
And so there was a part of me through the whole thing that was well, Okada's just in better shape and younger.
It might have also been
I don't
because
know.
they kept teasing that this might be his last match.
Naito's?
Throughout the announce table. Throughout.
I didn't catch that, but you might be right.
I wasn't really listening.
And some that might have aided to the storytelling of him being just slow and older and sloppy, and then he ends up winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The storytelling was a big part of this, and I think that was why it was hardest for me to connect in some ways, because right from the start, you could tell that this was legendary. Like, there were fully 12 photographers positioned all around the ring. Before the match could even get started, it felt like 10 minutes just waiting and the crowd going nuts because there's so much anticipation built up to this. But if you don't have all of the background in NJPW, it would be like if there was an all-winners season of Drag Race, and it comes to the finale, and it's like Alaska versus Bob, and someone walks in just to watch the last lip sync, and they're like, "Oh, this is good." Like, that's kind of how I felt.
Right. That's like a very weirdly accurate comparison.
Where I was watching, I was like, "Okay, well, this is good," but I don't have that history.
Yeah. I see that. It didn't. I definitely thought it was good, but I for some reason held my attention less than all the other matches that we watched.
It was really long.
It was long.
And long matches are never my strength, but
don't understand why these matches have to be that long. Like, it's
just Japanese wrestling. It's just longer.
Well, I don't know.
It did do the thing again of just a long sequence of reversals of finishers, back and forth, and then finisher, and then another sequence of reversals of and it's like, okay, all right, we're doing this again. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think in some ways it also didn't help that I had just watched a match from each of these men.
Yeah.
And so seeing them together, I'm like, well, if I extrapolate from the half of his match that I saw and the half of his match that I saw, then it's probably going to go like this.
Right.
And then it did.
Right.
So, and again, that's because I don't have the anticipation of, needing to see this for a full year, you know?
You think it would be Bob and Alaska in the top of all of them?
Oh, for sure.
Could be. Bianca, too.
I think Bianca would get knocked out in a lip sync earlier. I think Bianca's top 3.
That's true. Bianca never lip syncs.
Yeah, so I think a top 2 would be Bob and Alaska, and I'd be hard-pressed to say who would win that. I think my money's on Bob.
I was going to say Alaska.
Well, it's a tough call.
It's a tough call.
You know who would say Bob would win? Bob
would definitely say she'd win. Alaska would be like, well, I'm just going to go and do what I do, it's be fine.
I think that Rue would probably pick Alaska. I think Bob would deserve the win.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fantasy booking happening.
Well, I think... Oh, we're really going into this.
So here's a good sign that we didn't care for this match that much, that we're fully invested in a fantasy Drag Race winners season.
But this is actually, to be fair, I now have watched a lot of horrible wrestling content, and let me tell you, 80% of those shows are just fantasy booking. So we're just doing the same thing with our fantasies, okay?
Great. Naito versus Bob the Drag Queen. Book it.
Follow us on Patreon and all over the world.
Thank you for watching. As always, we are linking below to our Patreon, where you can give us money in exchange for fun things, all of our social media, all of the places to buy our t-shirts and other merch, where you can support Accident Report's album, the whole 9 yards. If you want more Nobodies, it's right down there.
It's all there.
I don't have an album.
LP, what do you have?
Some remixes.
There's something that you can buy that's got his shit on it. Go buy his music, goddammit. I'm at Ariel Italic at all the places.
Send me money and I'll sing to you. That's my album.
I'm wearing, shout out to custom TenYards.
Show up the back.
Oh, I can't do this on camera. It's weird.
Yeah, you can. I do it all the time. Yay, TenYards!
The end. Goodbye.
Bye.